What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. There's a lot going on here right now. It's absolutely crazy. The vice president has tested positive for the virus, and Russian President Putin has threatened nuclear war literally just here in the latest, and the stock market is crashing. It's just like, what can happen next? Just here in this latest episode of today's, I'm gonna fill you guys in here on just, it feels like everything is falling apart right now. Uh, I know. We're going to jump right in here. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. Here we go. Check this out right now. First, you can see here Vice President Kamala Harris has tested positive for the virus. That's correct. This is after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has previously tested positive for the virus here several days ago. And now Vice President Kamala Harris's husband had tested positive, it feels like a couple weeks ago at this point. The virus is having a significant uptick here right now. And I know everybody wants the virus to go away, but unfortunately, that's just not how life works. There's a significant bird flu going around here right now as well. And you can see the sub headline here in this video. What if the president and the vice president both catch the virus at the same time? And if Nancy Pelosi could not fulfill the functions of the presidency, Patrick Leahy, a Democrat from Vermont, the president pro tempore of the Senate, would step up and be the temporary president if everybody was sick at the same moment. Yes, and it seems like a lot of people are sick here at this particular moment. It's pretty crazy here. Yeah, you can see here Vice President Kamala Harris on Tuesday tested positive for the virus, her office announced, becoming the latest high profile figure to contract the virus here in recent weeks. Kamala Harris took both rapid test and PCR tests, and both came back positive, her office says. She has not been a close contact of the president or the first lady, Joe Biden, the vice president office says, citing her travel schedules. But we know that a lot of people in Congress and the office have been catching it. It's going around here. The new virus wave is spreading, guys. You see how many people are catching it. She, quote, has exhibited no symptoms. Will us isolate and continue to work from the vice president's residence, Kamala Harris said, her spokesperson said in a statement. She will follow CDC prevention guidelines and the advice of her physicians. She will return to the White House when she tests negative. She is fully vaccinated and boosted, and she tested positive weeks after a number of leading congressional Democrats and Biden administration officials have also contracted the virus. Now, she was scheduled to have a meeting to receive the president's daily briefing alongside the president here the same morning. It's unclear if that meeting did take place. The White House did not immediately respond to request on when the president's last test was, but the president typically is tested regularly. The vice president's husband had tested positive on March 15th, which led to a flurry of questions over her contact and if she should have been wearing a mask around the president and others. She continued to test negative during tests since then, I guess. Two other Democratic senators also tested positive here today as well. Chris Murphy from Connecticut and Ron Wyden from Oregon. a very, very senior member of the Democratic caucus here. Nancy Pelosi had the virus. I believe she's tested negative here, as well as Attorney General Merrick Garland. Wow, like I said, it's really spreading around here. Yeah, and this comes as new U.S. virus cases. Yesterday, 75,000 new cases here in the U.S. 74,612. And remember, these are only people that went to official U.S. testing facilities. And now that there's so many people with at-home tests, you just gotta probably think that a lot of people are not going to those testing facilities now that so many people have at-home tests. You can get them at any local store, and remember, you can get them for free now at the government websites, and people on Medicare Part B can get them for free as well. I'll show you that here in a second, just as a reminder, in case you don't know about this. But you can see here the 7-day average is around 50,000. Yesterday's cases are at 75,000. So you can see we're trending up quickly. I know this looks small compared to the massive spike we had recently back in January and February, but this shows how high we can get. Remember, we had over 1 million cases on some days here. You can see here back on January 10th, we had 1.43 million people test positive. And again, it doesn't even include people that used at-home test kits. And we had over 6 million people at one point, just on one day, that couldn't go to work. Okay, the people that were in quarantine. So this just shows you how bad it could get, or it could even get worse. And we've had 990,000 deaths here in the U.S., almost 1 million people in relation, from the virus, according to the CDC here. And worldwide, we've had a 6.2 million worldwide here. And remember, this also doesn't include China, because China basically doesn't report any deaths at all, even though they have they have 4 times the population of the United States. They have like 1.3 billion people. They don't report any deaths at all. You can see here of all the countries that are on here, they're like literally not shown. They've reported 3 deaths here recently, even though they have 400 million people on complete lockdown. They're not even on here for deaths, so they just literally don't report them. So who knows how many they even have. And if that wasn't a potential big enough risk here, Russia is threatening nuclear war and says that nuclear war risk should not be underestimated for the US and for the rest of the world, and that everybody should stop arming Ukraine immediately. And they're now attacking a new country. I had told you that this was a very real possibility, that they had let this slip by accident 2 different times. They are now apparently attacking Moldova. Yeah, so this is the problem here with Putin and Russia, is that there are now reports of attacks that Russia may be or already is attacking the nearby smaller country of Moldova. Yeah, as if attacking Ukraine wasn't enough, now there's reports that they're attacking, potentially, we'll find out more here as the days and hours go on, that over the border of Moldova, there's attacks now here as well. Yeah, you can see here a military unit in Moldovan breakaway region has been hit by a, quote, terrorist attack. And I think we can all predict who the terrorist would be. I mean, Russia's the only army in the area that would attack Moldova. They've already basically let the cat out of the bag twice, that they were going to attack Moldova next. And here's the next potential problem, that they could be attacking Sweden and Finland next. Remember, they've already threatened those countries with nuclear war. Let me go back to this here. Russia warns serious nuclear war risks should not be underestimated. Russia told the world not to underestimate the considerable risks of nuclear war, that it wanted to reduce, and warned that conventional Western weapons were legitimate targets in Ukraine, where battles raged in the East. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov from Russia said, quote, "The risks are now considerable," on Russia's state television, according to a transcript of an interview. Quote, "I would not want to elevate those risks artificially. Many would like that. The danger is serious and real. We must not underestimate it." Lavrov had been asked about the importance of avoiding World War III, whether the current situation was comparable to the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, a low point in US Soviet relations. Russia had its last hope to scare the world off, supporting Ukraine. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba wrote on Twitter after Lavrov's interview, quote, "This only means Moscow senses defeat." During a visit to Kyiv on Sunday, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin promised more military aid for Ukraine. And the U.S. State Department on Monday issued an emergency declaration to approve the potential sale of $165 million worth of ammunition to Ukraine. And the Pentagon chief says it's, quote, "irresponsible for Russia to talk about a potential nuclear escalation." And Russia threatening nuclear war is a serious, serious thing here for the world. And right now, the U.S. is shrugging this off, as is the rest of the world. The entire EU is also continuing to support Ukraine. And the other thing here is that you can see here NATO warships arrive at Finnish port for training and exercise. You also can see here Sweden and Finland are agreeing to apply for NATO membership at the same time. Sweden and Finland had been previously warned by Russia. You could see here in this article from 12 days ago, Russia warns of nuclear and hypersonic deployments. So literally threatening Sweden and Finland with nuclear war if they join NATO. And this is now making them want to join NATO even more, because then they're protected by all the countries. And it's very unlikely that Putin would want to attack any NATO countries, because then he's going to have to deal with all of them, including the United States. And I mean, right now, Putin can't even overtake Ukraine, let alone 30 other countries that also have nukes. I don't think any of us want to be in a nuclear war, but Putin knows he can't win against 30 countries, I would think. So you can see here why the Russia-Ukraine war is a major, major deal. And it's just unbelievable, because Putin seems that he will stop at nothing. There's now potential reports that they may be attacking Moldova. They've let it out of the bag here twice. A Russian general just literally like a day or two ago let it out of the bag that they wanted to attack Moldova. The Belarusian president let it out of the bag that they were going to attack Moldova. They had a literally a war map up and showed it in a meeting that they broadcasted nationally, showing that they were going to attack Moldova here. So this is the second time that they've let this cat out of the bag. And the problem here is that if countries aren't protected by the EU or by NATO, they're basically left to defend themselves. So, like Ukraine is. Now, basically, the world has come to Ukraine's aid. It's not just the United States. It's basically, I mean, there's literally dozens and dozens of countries that are aiding Ukraine, including Sweden, Switzerland, typically very, very neutral countries. I mean, when you think of Switzerland, you think of neutral, right? Even Switzerland, even China has backed. I'll even show you here just so you can see it. Here's a couple articles, one from the South China Morning Post. This website doesn't come up that great because it's from China. China sends first shipment of humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Here's another one from Reuters. China says it will offer 10 million more yuan of humanitarian aid to Ukraine. This was a couple weeks after. So they have sent a couple different shipments of aid to Ukraine. And remember, they were basically on Russia's side. They have stepped further and further away from Russia as time has gone on here. So even some of Russia's allies have started to aid Ukraine here. But this is why this is a serious threat to us here at home, the United States, and to the whole world. I mean, we look at how many things are affecting us: the price of oil, the price of gas, the price of food, which is now at an all-time high, um, the threat of war. I mean, think about World War II and how that kind of escalated on and kind of progressed, and what happened with Hitler, and then the US got attacked. Um, and you can kind of see a similar situation, how it kind of progressed and escalated along there, right? And you can let me know your thoughts here on how we're kind of escalating along here with this situation here. And Putin and Hitler have very, very similar tendencies. The difference here is that Putin's military isn't nearly as strong, but they have nukes. That's the It's a major, major difference, and those things can be devastating. Devastating. We don't want to be in a nuclear war. That's the major reason why all these other countries, including us, haven't gotten involved. That's the problem here with modern day warfare. So, and the problem is that the longer this goes on, the longer gas prices are going to stay high, food prices are going to stay high. That this is going to help keep inflation high. This is not 100% the reason inflation is high, but it is helping it. I mean, inflation is high everywhere around the world because of this. I mean, the United Nations says that food prices are at an all-time high everywhere in the world. Gas prices are high everywhere in the world. In the United Kingdom, gas prices are $8 a gallon, if you equate it to U.S. dollars and gallons. So this is a major, major issue, and honestly, this could escalate like that, and who knows what could happen. So, and that's why I like to show you guys this stuff right here on the screen so you can see it in black and white from credible news sources. Um, you guys can let me know your thoughts here. And then we got the vice president testing positive. And then we got new virus cases ticking up. And China's got 400 million people on lockdown. It's just absolute just craziness here today. Oh, and tomorrow is my son's birthday. He'll be turning 4 years old. So I will have some special guest appearances for you guys tomorrow. So it should be a fun day. So yeah, let me know your thoughts here. And yeah, I'll keep you up to date here with everything. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Luckily, I don't know. You can just let me know your thoughts. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have one little excited boy running around here, so we'll see what it's like. Tomorrow's your birthday.
Yep, tomorrow's my birthday.
Are you excited?
I think of my face.
How old are you gonna be?
100 old.
What? No.
4 years old.
Wow. You're never going to be 3 ever again.
No, I'm gonna be 4.
How does it feel to not be a 3-year-old? Well, tomorrow.
Times.
Huh?
Great!
You're going to be the biggest 4-year-old I've ever seen. And the smartest.
And the poopest.
All right. Well, I'm excited for your birthday.
So how we are doing
What do you want to do for your birthday?
today? Get some yummy cake. Get some yummy treats.
Ah,
Get some yummy treats.
yeah.
Get some yummy daddies.
Some.
Yeah, some yummy daddies too.
Ah, what kind of yummy treats do you want to get?
Yeah. Watermelon treats.
Ooh, are those your favorite?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you tell everybody maybe you'll see them tomorrow?
Maybe I'll see you tomorrow on my next birthday.
All right. Say we love
We
you.
love you. We love you.
All right. Say click here to watch our next video.
But here was the next video.
Say bye-bye. We love you.
Bye bye. We love you.